What is up? My name is Robert Geary, and today I'm going to be talking a little bit about digital technology. Recently, I've read a lot of articles and seen a lot of videos referencing digital technology, and there's a lot to talk about. There are a lot of pros and cons to digital technology, and there are a lot of different topics that I could go into. Today, I'm going to be going into digital technology and the learning that's involved with that, and more specifically, how digital technology enhances our ability to learn. Just to make this a little more clear, I'm going to give you guys the Merriam-Webster dictionary definition of learning. And that definition is the activity or process of gaining knowledge or skill by studying, practicing, being taught, or experiencing something. Now, what that means is anytime you read something new, anytime someone tells you something you've never heard before, anytime you experience something, or even if you develop a new thought based on prior knowledge, you are learning. People have been learning since the beginning of time, and our tools and methods of doing so have improved substantially. Digital technology is one of those tools that we can use for learning. We may not realize it, but it has greatly enhanced our ability to learn. Before the invention of digital technology, we would have to rely on written text, human interaction, and personal experience to gain knowledge. However, nowadays with digital technology, we have access to seemingly limitless amounts of information almost instantaneously. In the past, finding a specific quote or fact could have been a very long and difficult process. If you needed something out of a book and you didn't own that book, you would need to go down to the library, find that specific book, and sift through the different chapters and pages just to find that small block of text that you need, whether it's to write a paper or maybe even to win an argument. Thanks to digital technology, finding that specific fact or quote that you need is nearly effortless and almost instantaneous. Say I need a definition to write a paper. Okay, Google. What is the definition of broadcast?
Broadcast. Transmit a program or some information by radio or television.
Thanks to digital technology, my tablet is able to tell me the specific definition that I wanted without me lifting a finger. Now, you might ask, how does that help us with learning? Well, like I said with the definition of learning, finding out something you didn't know previously is classified as learning. So say I just wanted to know that fact. I didn't need it for a paper. I was just curious. I just learned what that was. If I need to look anything up, if I hear or see a word that I don't know what it is, I can look it up and I just learned that word. It is very quick and it is very accurate thanks to digital technology. Aside from digital technology being faster than written text, it is also more accurate. In her article, Does the Internet Make You Smarter? By Shirky, she talks about Wikipedia and patients like me and other massive databases. Shirky explains that even though there are a lot of ridiculous things on the internet, data pools are one of the amazing capabilities of the internet that we should expect to see more of in the future. These pools of information are constantly edited and refined by hundreds of thousands of people every day. What does that say for the accuracy of these massive data pools? Think of it this way. If you're reading a book that's written by one or two people, you are subject to the bias of those one or two people. Anything that they write in that book is subject to their own opinion, even if it's subconsciously. And if you're relying on the information inside that book, you too are subject to the bias of those one or few authors. If you're utilizing a massive data pool to gather your information, you're not relying on the opinions of one or two people. You're relying on the opinions of hundreds of thousands of people. Those hundreds of thousands of people constantly read, edit, and revise these pages to make sure that they are as factual as they possibly can be. With that many authors, it is almost impossible for any facts to be subject to any sort of bias. By utilizing digital media to gather our information, we are not only using the quicker method, we are using the more reliable method. Digital technology is a fantastic tool to help us learn. However, it's also giving us new methods of learning. In his article, Is Google Making Us Stupid?, Nicholas Carr talks about the internet and how it's affecting our brain. Nicholas Carr argues that our widespread and regular use of the internet is reprogramming our brains and changing the way we gather and process information. Carr suggests that we're losing the ability to read long pieces of text. He states that our minds are being reconditioned to skim through long pieces of text to pick out the one specific piece of information we need rather than getting lost in the text and reading all the context and working through an entire article to pick up knowledge that's slightly related to the topic we need to know. Carr states this as a very negative thing. However, is it really that bad of a change? The concept of our brains being reprogrammed may seem scary to some people. However, what this means is our minds are conditioned to be quicker at gathering that information. Rather than wading through all the fluff of a composition, we can rapidly skim, grab the piece of information that we need, and then move on to the next article. In turn, we will save time and be able to use that time doing something of greater importance. Learning is essential for us to improve as people, and being in school at a young age sets the foundations of our learning skills for the rest of our lives. I recently watched the documentary New Learners of the 21st Century from PBS Learning. In this documentary, it shows schools across the country that are implementing digital technology in the traditional classroom. Now, the traditional classroom was built upon efficiency. Cram as many people in the same room as you can with one instructor that teaches out of a strict curriculum, out of a textbook. Students are then expected to memorize that information and then regurgitate it on the test. If they get a good grade on the test, they get a good grade in the class, they move on to the next class. However, implementing digital technology, as shown by New Learners of the 21st Century, is a very effective way of learning. Children can learn on a deeper level, and they can enjoy themselves while doing so. I can speak from personal experience on this topic. In high school, I was lucky enough to go to Lakeview Technology Academy in Pleasant Prairie, Wisconsin. We used digital technology in every single class at that school. We were exposed to new ways of learning. We got to play with machines. We got to do different programming. We used games to learn, and it made learning a lot more fun, and I was able to learn on a deeper level. I was able to understand things that I would not have been able to understand through reading them out of the textbook. Implementing digital technology in the classroom has vast benefits. Not only is it more enjoyable for the children, they can learn on a deeper level. It also opens new doors to creativity and independent thought by giving kids more problem-solving skills with different methods. If digital technology was applied in every classroom across the world, every single child would be learning on a deeper level and enjoying themselves while doing so. Long term, all children would have more creative skills and better problem-solving skills, and that would better the human race substantially. As the entire human race becomes more efficient learners, the digital technology that we can create will also become more efficient. When that technology is reapplied to classrooms, the efficiency of learning will become exponentially greater. The more we use digital technology, the more we learn from it. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to visit the compositions I referenced in this video, Nicholas Carr is Google Making Us Stupid is up top, New Learners in the 21st Century, the PBS documentary is right here, and Shirky does the internet make you smarter. Once again, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of your day.